Recorded here. There we go. It came up. Okay. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Aaron Whittier. Glad you guys are all here tonight. You might have been invited here tonight by someone that was telling you about our amazing devices and technology. Tonight, we're actually just going to share company and then we're going to share some stories tonight. So if you're here to kind of learn more about the business side, at the end of this, just get back with the person who invited you on here and they can share some more information with you. But tonight, really wanted to focus on what is going on with this technology and what it is, and just share some really short, powerful testimonials of people that just been using these devices for a short time. So, like I said, my name's Aaron Whittier, and you know, we all kind of know what's going on in our country, right? We're really unhealthy. Let's just say that, right? And there's some challenges that no one really prepares us for. We're younger. They don't really educate us on wellness, right? We kind of have to seek that out and to be proactive, right? And right now, I think at my age, 55 years old, I'm definitely more than ever, looking for ways to be proactive about my wellness, right? To take care of myself, to prolong my life, right? And for also the ones that I care about. So I think I've always been looking for that. But even now with technology and AI, I'm truly, really trying to look out there for what's out there. So, we all know that our country, we spend more on healthcare than any nation in history. So why we're getting sicker? Well, because they don't want us to. They don't want us to get healthier, right? They want us to stay sick because that's how they make trillions of dollars, right? Chronic illness is rising, daily prescriptions are increasing, right? We all know what big pharma is doing. That's how they make trillions of dollars. They just want to, they want to give us prescriptions and not really treat the problem, right? Not help the problem, but medicate the problem, right? So, the North American crisis right now, we all know we're the I think most obese country in the world. Physical inactivity contributes to 1 in 10 premature deaths. And listen, we're sitting down way too often. That was my problem 2 years ago. I'm sorry, 6 years ago. I was sitting down 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, dialing leads when I was a health insurance agent. And I gained a lot of weight and my health went in the toilet. It really did. So 70% of adults in the US take at least one prescription drug daily. And over the lifetime of the average American, they will ingest 50,000 pills. I mean, think about that. That's incredible, right? And think about the money. And we all know what's going on right now with prescription prices, right? People are really. I mean, it's sad, right? I mean, I'm a health insurance agent, been a health insurance agent for a long time, and just hearing what people are going through in the medical, just with health insurance, is just it's depressing. It really is. So there's a big problem out there. So the system makes money when people stay sick,
What?
like we talked about. We work on the reactive model. We wait for symptoms, we diagnose them, and then we prescribe them, right? And it never really fixes the problem. It masks the problem, and sometimes, depending on what prescriptions you are on, it makes you worse, right? So, right now the global wellness industry, we're talking about around the world too, not just here, but it's experiencing massive growth. And a big reason is because of a word we
Hey,
call
hey, hey.
biohacking. And someone want to mute there. Thank you very much. And includes biohacking includes PEMF. We're going to talk about that in a second. Red light therapy and recovery tech. I know a lot of you have heard of red light therapy. It's really big in what it does. And there's a major global shift right now with how people approach health. And we're talking about people in Asia. They've always been looking for other ways to improve their life, right, and their health. People want drug-free solutions, right? People are sick and tired of big pharma, right? And the world's shifting towards prevention, okay, not just treatment. And tech and health are emerging, and AI is a big part of that. AI guided wellness tools, at home devices that are replacing clinic visits, and PEMF is now gaining momentum. What's driving PEMF growth the most is the aging population and increased chronic conditions. I mean, think about all the baby boomers right now that are struggling. I'm not quite a baby boomer, but there's a lot of people right now that are aging out and experiencing a lot of ailments because of the way they've lived and the way they've been taught to live over their lifetime, right? So right now we can really help them. There's a huge demand right now with in-home use therapy devices. I'm going to talk about that real quick right now. So this company, Olylife, lives right in the center, and that's why this company is really, these devices are exploding right now across the world. So because it supports the body daily, improves resilience, and optimizes your function. So this company called Olylife, it's actually a bunch of different countries and have come together and to create these devices. New technology. It's just what how they did it and put it together is kind of new here. There's thousands of global patents. And if you will, after you're done watching this recording or being on this Zoom, I encourage you, if you use any kind of AI like ChatGPT or something, to go on ChatGPT and ask, what are the benefits of PEMF? And you'll see there's a ton of benefits. This is not us telling you this. This is proven. But these devices, like I said, there's thousands of patents. There's own laboratories in Sweden and Germany. Advanced chips in rare metals only found in Japan, and then they're assembled in Asia. So there's global presence. The home office is Singapore and China, and their branch offices are Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Hong Kong. They're expanding right now rapidly in the U.S., Canada, Japan, Korea. I mean, it's where the word's getting out, the word's spreading. Because you guys all know when something really is really good and it's helping people, word spreads quickly. So it's evolving into AI-powered wellness tech company. That's what really it is. And just some stats on what the company's done in the last 3 years. They've done over 2 billion in sales in the last 3 years. They've only a little over 3 years old. And right now, just with this tech and these devices, they're doing over 80 million per month just in Asia. And we're starting to gain a lot of traction here in the US, Europe, Australia, different parts of the world as well. They're shipping to over 180 countries already. And the numbers keep going up. So like we talked about, certified innovation you can trust. A lot of patents, a lot of proof here that these devices are what they say they are, what they do. We have all that information for you. And like we talked about, PEMF and terahertz, that's really the magic behind these devices. What does PEMF do and what's terahertz do? Like I said, encourage you to go ahead and either Google it or use, if you want to go faster, use ChatGPT. And the therapy is focused on activating and revitalizing cells, promoting meridian flow, detoxification, help with inflammation, help with circulation. I mean, there's so many things that these devices can help with potentially. And PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, was actually originally developed by NASA to support astronaut health in zero gravity environments. So really cool, actually, if you think about it. These astronauts would go out in space and they come back and they could barely walk. They couldn't get used to the gravity again. Their body, their muscles weren't ready for it. So they use this pulsed electromagnetic field to help them recover quicker, which is really neat. And if you look at the evolution of EMF, in the early 20th century, EMF, which is electromagnetic fields, were introduced through electricity, radio, and modern tech. And then the growing awareness happened in the mid-late 20th century. The 60s and 70s, that's when the scientists were exploring it and giving it to astronauts back in the 60s and 70s. So this is not new technology, but it just wasn't available to us. And then PEMF and wellness in the 2000s, devices started popping up. People using them on horses because horses, their joints, they have become really arthritic because they're such big animals. People were getting them in like high-end chiropractic offices, or certain doctors were giving it. A lot of sports stars were using it, like Shaquille O'Neal was using it. He said this PEMF technology saved his career, but it was only available really to the wealthy or the people that knew about it. And you certainly could not get devices in homes because some of these devices were $30,000 or $40,000. So how many people can afford a $30,000 or $40,000 device, right? And now in the 2020s, Olylife Innovation, this company is using PEMF with cutting-edge, user-friendly devices designed to enhance everyday wellness in your home. And they're affordable. And that's why this company is doing the numbers they're doing, because these devices flat out work, and they're giving people a lot of relief and helping with a lot of different ailments. And the science behind terahertz, the Tera P90 Plus, that I know a lot of us have and a lot of us have got great results with. How terahertz works, it activates cellular energy, improves blood flow. I'm going to show you a video in a minute to show you a visual of what terahertz and this PEMF technology does with your blood, which is really incredible. Boosts brain and nerve function, supports brain and mood, cell energizer. I mean, listen, you just feel great. I mean, I know a lot of us on here are like, so there's one person that's going to do a testimonial tonight that every time I talk to him, I can't believe how much energy he has. He actually just came in. He said he was doing some work outside. I called him. He just got out of the shower. I called him earlier, and I go, "How you doing?" He's, I feel great. And this gentleman, he's I think 72 or 73 years old. He was out working in his yard, and he said, "I really couldn't do that a little while ago. Now he can do that." So these devices are really helping people a lot. So what are our devices? We have several, not a ton, but there are a handful of devices this company has, and every year they're releasing one new device with this technology, which I love about that because they're not saying here's a million devices, pick what you want. There's certain devices for certain ailments, maybe, and they're all have their different category here. So you look at the Olylife Therapy 90. That's a foot device. There's also one called the Therapy 90 Plus down the middle bottom that a lot of us have. It's just the updated version, and it has a couple wands that do a couple different things there as well. The Galaxy G1 goggles, that's my new favorites. And also there's a shake and massager here in the middle. I know I did a picture of one of those, me wearing the shake and massager, and a lot of people were like, "What is that?" Because it looks so cool. It looks kind of futuristic in a sense, and it comes with a smartwatch. And then in the spring we have a new device coming out that we're all really excited about. I know there's some companies out there that are marketing, healthy water, right? Certain water. This device is going to be, I heard, just as good, if not better, and a lot less expensive. So the P90, we talked about the foot device. This right here has really put this company on the map. This device here, it just does so much for the body. And then, the P90 Plus and the goggles, the Obama air purifier, the H bar, hydrogen bar, water. There's so many different things we have here. So what I'm going to do now is I want to show you this video. This video is very powerful. Live blood analysis of someone that her blood under a microscope, and this is what her blood was doing. Slow moving, all clumped together. Wasn't really doing much. And then after a 20-minute PEMF session, this is what happened.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Holy smoke. Look how separate they are. Wow.
So that is what, if you look up on ChatGPT, you look up PEMF and what it does, it says it helps with circulation. And that's clearly what happens. That's probably a big reason why I feel the way I feel and so many others feel the way they feel now after using these devices. So talk about the global eye strain crisis right now going on. Listen, we all know we're in front of our computers, in front of our phones and our devices way too often, way too long, and exposed to EMFs, overexposure to blue light. There's a lot of issues with that right now. And we can help with that now with these Galaxy G1 goggles. If you look at these goggles here, I know it looks kind of like a bug, right? I saw someone today said it looked like you have a brow on your face to this guy. I thought that was kind of funny. But these goggles, designed to help reduce eye fatigue from screen time, reading, and daily stress. Uses gentle massage and heat technology for a soothing experience, and it really does. I mean, these goggles put me to sleep. It feels so good, puts me to sleep. I know a lot of people said, "Hey, this really helps with their headaches, helps with a lot of issues there, relieves tension, and they just feel really, really good." It doesn't massage your eyeballs, it massages your temples and everything else. So really cool. And this shaken massager, this is the new hottest technology of this company. This device here. What it does, it does help with visceral fat around the midsection, helps with digestion, helps with a lot of different things. People will turn it around, and if they have lower back pain, and people have said it's helped with their lower back pain, and has red light therapy, high frequency vibration, heat therapy. I mean, it just feels really, really good. Also has PEMF as well. So those are the devices we have. That's the technology we have. There's so much more to it, but we want to just take a few minutes tonight and talk about our technology. And like I said, there is an incredible opportunity, but we're not going to talk about that tonight. You can get back to the person invited you on here, and you can ask them, "Hey, I'd like to learn more." If you want to learn more, if you want to share these devices, because it is brand new in our country and it's starting to really gain traction, and the timing is great. So what I want to do right now is I want to I want to just invite on some people here tonight. And I'll go ahead and start first. But, I'm 55 years old. And for the last 5 years or so, I've experienced leg pain when I sleep at night. My legs throb, they feel heavy. And that was due really to sitting on my butt, like I said, for, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I gained some weight and I tried everything. Went to the doctors. My varicose vein was needled. And after using the P90 Plus for 3 weeks, my pain is absolutely gone. I don't wake up in the middle of the night, have to take aspirin. My legs don't feel heavy. My circulation, it's really changed the way I feel. It's incredible. Kristen, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. My name is Kristen Hawk, and I am 49 years old. And my, I don't even know how long, but most of my life I've had trouble sleeping. It takes me forever to fall asleep. I don't stay asleep, and then I'll wake up and I'll stare at the ceiling for hours, and I count down the time until the morning, right? And then I don't want to get out of bed, and then my day is horrible because I'm tired. That has been a cycle for me for half of my adult life. And then I got the P90 Plus and I started using it. And within a week and a half, 2 weeks, you guys, I fall right asleep, like minutes, I fall asleep. I stay asleep all night long. My watch tells me that I've got like 4 or 5 hours of deep sleep and then just a couple of hours of light sleep. And in the morning, I wake up before my alarm clock and I'm just like, who am I? So this device has been completely amazing for my sleep.
Hi, I'm Dee, and I am 60 years old. And for 37 years, I have been a house painter. So I've spent a lot of time on a ladder. And I think because of that, I have experienced a lot of pain in my legs and in my feet. And after I used the P90 Plus just one time, I just felt like I had a little more cushion on the bottom of my feet. And then after a couple more times, well, about 15 years ago, I dropped a table saw on my big toe and I hadn't had much feeling there. And after a couple more times using the P90 Plus, I can now feel my toe.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Ken Cooley. Oops, unmute here.
Yeah, you're fine, Ken. I can hear you.
Oh, I had a pop up in the middle of the screen. I'm Ken Cooley. I'm 71. Back in September, I had a bad fall. I fell on my tailbone and went down the whole flight of stairs. And I was laid up for about 12 weeks. I was black and blue from the middle of my back down to my thighs, and I had a swollen Um, it was swollen the size of a football. Well, all that went away in January, but I had a hockey puck size mass on the end of my spine since January, and it hadn't gone down at all. And it didn't allow me to ride in a vehicle very well. I was always uncomfortable, couldn't ride my tractor, couldn't bend over. And I've used the P90 Plus and the Shake and Massager off and on, both front and back. And now that hockey puck size is the size of a tea bag, and I can bend over and I can sit and ride my tractor, and so much more comfortable than it was before.
That's awesome, Ken. Go ahead, Dee.
Hi, I'm Dee Hergenrader, and I'll be 75 on Friday. I have had chronic pain in my back for all of my life. I was born with an extra vertebrae in my back, and as I aged and it got worse and worse, my body got tighter and tighter. And I've had other injuries that have affected my neck, my knee, and my foot. And I couldn't move very much. I couldn't walk very far. I couldn't even hold my grandson very long, my great grandson very long. And I didn't sleep well. So I've always been looking for things that could help me uh, get rid of some of that pain. But anyway, after using the P90 Plus, everything just started to loosen a little. My hips and my back weren't quite so tight. My neck wasn't quite so tight. I could move more. I could sleep better. So it's really changed my life. And you know what? I don't mind getting older. I just don't want to suffer doing it.
Right.
Absolutely.
My name is George. I'm 73 years old. In 2019, I developed an autoimmune disorder, which affected my legs and my right arm and my right hand. My legs swelled. I lost the strength in my right hand and my right arm. And then that turned into two back surgeries. And that took out the strength of my legs. But I've been on the P90 Plus for 2 months. I've gotten the lower back pain is gone. I've gotten the strength back in my legs, and I've gotten the strength back in my right arm and my right hand. And I spent an hour on the weed eater today, and I nailed the backyard. And my son was so happy because I did it, and I feel great even after doing it.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. So it's just a handful of people that have shared their testimonial and what's happened to them. I mean, there's thousands of people that are using these devices, and so many are having incredible results. We obviously can't make medical claims, but I encourage you, if you're not already part of our Facebook testimonial page called Simplifying Wellness, get invited to that and read all these testimonials of all these different people with different backgrounds and different challenges they've been having and experiencing. So that's it for tonight. I do encourage you tomorrow night at the same Zoom. It's going to be actually 9 p.m. Eastern time. We actually have a doctor on tomorrow, and she's going to be talking about these devices a little bit more deeper. She's going to share pictures of what can happen inside your body, like infrared pictures when you use PEMF and everything else. So it's going to be really powerful tomorrow. So I encourage you to come back tomorrow night, 9 p.m., and hear from our doctor we have, our special guest we have tomorrow night. So with that, thank you so much, everybody. Take care and have a great evening. Bye-bye, everybody.